Jerry Mitchell is an ordinary high school senior, the kind of kid nobody really notices except his close friends. But one day, a legendary troublemaker, Buddy Revell, transfers to their school. Through a series of unfortunate events, Jerry manages to offend the new arrival, badly enough that Buddy challenges him to a fight at 3 p.m. right after school in the parking lot. Jerry is terrified and desperately tries to change his fate, but everything he does only makes matters worse. One of the most important and hardest to execute principles of comedy is that everything has to be played seriously. That doesn't mean the characters can't joke around. It means the situations must feel believable and the attempts to escape them must be logical and realistic. To an outside observer, it may look like a game, but for the characters themselves, the stakes have to feel absolutely real. 3 O'Clock High follows this rule to the letter. Moreover, director Joanou added another layer to the challenge. He didn't just make a realistic comedy, he made a Western disguised as a teen movie. Rian Johnson would later pull off something similar with the cult film Brick, where a high school detective story concealed a full-fledged film noir. Here, we're essentially dealing with the most American genre of all, the Western, where barren prairies, rowdy saloons, and deadly revolvers are replaced by school hallways, classrooms, and switchblades with brass knuckles. Though he isn't credited on screen, Steven Spielberg served as the film's executive producer and reportedly envisioned it as a variation on The Karate Kid, an uplifting teen story about courage and inner strength. Joanou, making his feature debut, shifted the focus slightly. In his version, the film isn't so much about discovering strength as it is about stepping out of your comfort zone in order to grow up and change your life. In that sense, 3 O'Clock High is closer to Martin Scorsese's After Hours and Paul Brickman's Risky Business, a comparison strengthened by the ever-atmospheric soundtrack from Tangerine Dream. The movie is built on the classic formula of a strong situational comedy. The hero tries to fix his problem, but inevitably makes things worse. Jerry attempts to talk Buddy out of the fight, then to frame him, then to run home and hide. He hires the school tough guy to protect him. Each time he only digs himself deeper. By the end of the day, he's juggling not one problem, but 5. Still, not everyone appreciated Joanou's directorial style. Legendary critic Roger Ebert gave the film just 1 star, and it flopped at the box office, failing to recoup even its modest $5 million budget. It's no surprise that none of the cast became major stars. Siemaszko, who played Jerry, remained a talented character actor. Richard Tyson, who portrayed Buddy, drifted first into erotic films and later into B-level action movies. As for Liza Morrow, who played the obligatory dream girl, this film turned out to be both her first and last screen appearance. Today, however, 3 O'Clock High is considered one of the essential films about American youth in the 1980s, thanks largely to its second life on home video. After a brief hiatus, Joanou returned in the 90s as a director of crime dramas and thrillers. Following the success of State of Grace and Final Analysis, critics revisited his earlier work and began to see 3 O'Clock High in a new light. Not as an odd teen comedy, but as an inventive coming-of-age film. It operates according to the rules of comedy, yet it's told in a cinematic language that blends the testosterone-charged energy of a Western with the anxious intensity familiar to anyone who's ever been young and walked the halls of a high school.